Yeah. Yeah. Coach T and Damon V, talking about game. Better watch your weight, better stay in your lane. Talking about flexing, talking about strength. Talking about fighting when they get intense. Talking about life and they don't pretend. Coming up with plans and trying to win. Coach T and Damon V, straight from the boot. Better tune in, better come get your scoop. Ooh-wee.
Alright, we are live, guys. Good morning.
Here we go, episode
Here we go.
4, the Coach T and Damon V podcast. What's happening, Coach D?
Not much, man. We had a good time a couple weeks ago with Coach Tim Crater on our podcast. That was a good time. If you guys know Coach Tim, you guys know his character and his wit, his personality, his humor. It was a pretty long podcast. It went an hour and a half, but it was like all juicy, spicy.
Knowledge bombs.
Correct. It was awesome.
Days.
Yeah.
Why is it not coming up?
So one of my favorite things that Coach Tim does is he always can make the connection, the analogy between martial arts and life, and fitness and life, martial arts and life, and that's the best part because we ultimately do all this stuff to make your lives better. That's why we're in this thing. Thank you, Miss Annette. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but Coach Tyler,
Oh yeah, cool. Well, it's not complete yet. I think I've been teasing you guys for almost a month now, and so has my friend that is actually paying this has been teasing me as well. I'm supposed to have it done a couple weeks ago, but still.
Thank you, Miss Angela.
Dude, it looks way better.
We look
it's
legit
the best
today.
setup we've had so far.
Today.
So
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So what's gonna go right here, Coach T?
So it's gonna say the cave.
That's
what
legit.
we're in right here. And then we
Man
have
cave.
2 LSU helmets. We have a baseball helmet and a football helmet. So, and then we added something to it. We're gonna do like a brick. It's gonna be like this logo's coming out of brick. He's gonna do that. It's gonna be
dope. Tyler Frozy,
super legit.
He's
yeah. Shout out to Tyler Frozy. He actually first had
How
me.
you date?
Said I haven't given him a shout out yet. So he's the guy on the intro theme you hear. He's the guy that paints all this and any other creative things. He's the guy.
He's the man, and he actually has does he have a Facebook page for his paintings? I know he has Instagram.
I don't know if he has a Facebook.
The dude
page,
is incredible.
Page,
he's an incredible painter. He's got some really nice work, so you can look him up on Instagram and see some of his work. I know that he's been selling some pieces, so maybe we'll have to get one for Caddy Steiner and I's new house.
Yeah, we're gonna get one too in the little dining room. Yeah,
Sweet dope.
That's some good stuff.
All right, guys.
Let's see what else. The last 2 weeks, what is going on? What's the big news we have? I'm trying to think.
Let's see.
One that stands out to me is Coach Aaron.
Oh yeah,
had a baby.
Yes, Coach Aaron had a little girl.
Miss Charity had a baby.
Well, technically Miss Charity had a baby, but it looks like Aaron.
Dude, I'd say a perfect child.
It's beautiful. You know how sometimes they have those babies that are just.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Okay. Fresh
out the womb,
Sometimes they have some babies that are just not. Yeah, but she's precious.
Dude.
She's precious.
So Monday they had their second child.
Yeah, baby
Esther. Yeah, baby Esther. Shout out to baby Esther.
That was a big one.
It's a big deal.
What else we got going on?
Something I always been looking forward to talk about. LSU football.
LSU football, fun.
Yeah. What's their record, Coach D?
I don't know.
Well, guys, they're 2-0. Looking okay. We have a big game this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna go too well. We face Auburn.
Oh wow, that's a big
game. Top 10 game.
That's a big
top 10 matchup right here, and I don't know if it's gonna go too well, but
I thought they were good. I thought they were looking good this year.
The first game we looked great, and then we had a very we won 31-0 last week, but it was an opponent's not even a D1 team.
Yeah, Southeastern.
It's okay, man.
My bad.
That's why I'm here.
We were gonna go. Actually, I was gonna get tickets. Catherine's, my fiance's family's big LSU fans, unfortunately,
I'm down with that.
And she loves going to LSU games, all this stuff. So we were gonna go, but we had a buddy of mine's birthday, so we ended up not going. We went to the grouse room, had a good time Saturday night.
Buddy's birthday,
LSU game.
I lied.
Friends
LSU
first.
game. It was a
friends first.
I had a ticket too, but it was a bad game. I didn't want to really go to it, but
so so it's been a busy couple weeks, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode with Coach Tim. I don't know. I really don't know anything about football. That's just true. So
I didn't even expose you. Like
it's all good. I played ball in high school. I grew up. Now I'm kind of focused.
Follow it.
I don't. Yeah, I like to spend my Sundays like chilling, but not like watching football chilling.
I like to spend my Sundays
watching football
for about 8 hours
all the time.
Dude, it's crazy. I think I may have an addiction.
You might have an addiction.
I don't know if is it a bad thing?
I have a work addiction. On Sundays, my idea of relaxing is...
I was working. Programming while watching
True.
football.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So,
My idea behind relaxing is sitting down reading articles about nutrition and fitness, which is...
Reading is tough for me.
You know, you really should be taking a mental break from it, but I just can't stop, won't stop. So, speaking of...
The grind.
That's the grind.
I'm just going to get into it right now, man.
You ready for it or no?
Are you going to dive in? I want to prepare these guys.
This is a very dense topic. This is a very dense topic.
So we've been talking about this topic. We had a meeting, coaches meeting a couple weeks ago. Damon brought it up, blew my mind, and it's a lot of good information that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy.
Yeah.
You might want to take out a pen and pencil.
I would take out a
pen and notebook.
Pen and notebook, or just notes.
Yeah, take out some notes and.
Are you ready? Or is there anything else you want?
I think we're ready. I'm trying to think about anything we missed. I think we're ready for the knowledge bomb of the week.
So we're gonna just jump into it, like we said, because that's a lot. Yes, so I am currently studying with. I'm studying with precision nutrition. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna go with the precision nutrition certification level 1. I talked to a professional in Lafayette, Mr. Brian Malasson. He pointed me in another direction. That's international sports science, nutrition, something like that. So I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to go with, but I've been kind of preparing for the precision nutrition cert, and this is my favorite topic that I've got to read about so far. And I think the reason why it was my favorite is because like this makes so much sense. Like some days, you know how like some days, like you see all these memes, people are like, some days it's spinach and chicken breast, and some days it's tacos and margaritas. You know how you see that? Like, why is that?
Right.
Why do some days you just feel like eating healthy and giving your body the nutrients you need, and why do sometimes you just want to pig out?
People feel a certain way, and we all know we feel that way, but why do we feel that way? And
Correct.
I think that's the question you answered today. And we all can relate. That's why I love this topic so much.
Yeah,
too.
everybody's got like cravings. Everybody craves junk food, right? But where, like, let's see what you have. What would you say if you didn't know anything about this topic? What would you say cravings? Where would you say cravings, junk food cravings, come from?
I mean, let's see. Where do cravings come from? I'm trying to be like if I didn't know, because I already know.
You already know, yeah.
So it's hard to talk about.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm so blind to that.
So let's think about.
People just think like they're hungry, right? Hungry for something. They think it's their stomach, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So
it was way more than that.
Right. So the way that precision nutrition breaks it down is you have two different systems that drive you to eating. Okay. So there's two different drives or factors, I guess you could say. So you have two different types of eating: homeostatic eating and hedonic eating. So homeostatic, it says here, we eat to get the energy our body needs and keep our biological system balanced.
Meaning?
Homeostasis, right?
Yes.
Hedonic eating, we eat for pleasure, aka hedonism, to manage our emotions, or to manage our emotions. So
ice cream, popcorn, Miss Angela.
Correct.
What's your favorite?
Not like these are things that were like, okay, I had a rough day. We kind of talked about like emotional eating. People are emotional eaters, right? That's hedonic eating.
That.
Yeah, everybody can.
Celebrating,
correct,
happy,
social
upset,
system, right?
Any emotion you feel
can drive
eating.
you.
Trigger that.
Yeah, so
hedonic. Hedonic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys. I had to text my buddy and ask him exactly. He's a seminarian. I had to text him exactly how to pronounce it. I didn't know if it was.
I would have trouble.
Hedonic or hedonic.
They were clowning me yesterday.
It's hedonic.
Were you there?
I was sick yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about my voice, by the way, guys. I'm fighting a little sickness, but anyway.
They were clowning me, Gabe and Aaron. I was saying similar.
Similar.
And they were like, similar?
So
anyway.
So that's two different types of eating, right? Well, obviously most meals are a mix, but the biology behind it is that there is hormones in our body and chemicals in our body that release when we're supposed to be eating for a homeostatic purpose. The main purpose you should eat. Your body craves certain types of nutrients macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins,
Your
minerals.
body needs these things.
Your body needs those
For
things,
energy,
right?
Yes.
And so your body releases a hunger hormone known as ghrelin to stimulate your appetite, okay? But that's not the only thing. That's mostly the homeostatic hormone, right? That tells you I'm hungry. But then you have the other factors, more of the hedonic factors, like social cues, learned behavior. You eat breakfast at this time, you eat lunch at this time, you eat dinner at this time. Environmental factors, your circadian rhythm and your hormones.
Environmental factors being
like
I'm Cajun, I'm from the South, we gotta eat crawfish.
Well, yeah, that would be more like learned behavior. Environmental factors would be like, think about somebody who lives in a warmer territory. A calorie is an expenditure of heat, expenditure of energy.
I got you.
So somebody who is interesting, but somebody who lives in a warmer climate eats different than somebody who lives in a cooler climate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
that's more like environmental factors, right? And so what tells you? So we know why we start eating. What tells you to stop eating? Okay, so two main things: gastric distension, which is your stomach literally stretching out and telling your body, okay, I'm full. There's a nerve. I think it's called the vagus nerve.
Vegas, I can remember that one.
Vagus, VAGUS, vagus nerve. Okay, vagus. I'm not sure how you say it.
Yeah.
Been reading all this. So literally a nerve that says, okay, I'm full, stop eating. And you've got
We all get that nerve.
hormonal satiation. Okay, so hormonal satiation, two main ones. CCK, when you eat fat and protein, the gut releases it telling you, oh, that's good stuff. Or insulin, everybody knows insulin. When you eat carbs and protein, you release insulin, tells your brain that there's nutrients coming in, and tells you to stop. So if you've heard people talk about insulin resistance or insulin sensitivity, sometimes when you eat crap over and over and over again, it destroys your insulin sensitivity, and your insulin never tells your body to stop eating. Right?
So can you recover that once it's destroyed?
So you can't. So that's what this whole system is about, how you train your body to stop eating crap, because your body, what happens over time is there's a leptin feedback loop, right? So leptin is a chemical in your blood that tells you how much energy you have in fat storages, and in turn tells your body how much to eat and how much to burn. So it's called the leptin feedback loop, right? It's a hormone released by fat tissue. Leptin feedback loop, okay? So the way it works is you have the brain, energy expenditure, energy storage and fat, nutrient absorption, food intake, and it goes back to the brain. So your brain, knowing how much food it took in, tells your body how much it can burn, which tells your body how much it can store, which tells your body how hungry you are, and it's a feedback loop. Everything's tied together, right? So what happens is you disrupt the feedback, the leptin feedback loop, by doing a few things. One is eating bad food. Another one, which Coach Tyler and I always talk about, is crash dieting. Crash dieting destroys your leptin feedback loop. Why? Because it sends a message to your brain, and you'll always like metabolic damage and stuff like that. That's essentially what this is.
Tell people what crash dieting is.
Crash dieting would be like The Biggest Loser, right? So there's like The Biggest Loser is great, but over time, like
Can
they'll
they
lose.
sustain that?
Can they sustain that? What happens is your body, after you lose X amount of weight, like a crazy amount of weight, over usually it's more than like 2 pounds a week. Like recommended is like 1 to 2 pounds a week. So you're looking at 4 to 8 pounds, 4 to 9 pounds a month.
Yeah.
Right? That's very sustainable. When you're going more than that, that's when your metabolism literally crashes.
They have awesome flow charts for that, like be the turtle, not the rabbit.
Correct.
Stuff
Stuff like that. Like the turtle wins the race, right? So what happens is, and the science behind that, we all know what crash dieting is, and we know that it damages your metabolism. But what happens is that it sends a message from your hypothalamus in your brain to your nervous system, which links to your endocrine system, and it tells your body to start holding on to fat. You get like extremely hungry, like, oh my gosh, I'm starving. You like want to eat your own arm, or like literally, you get crazy. Like you get these crazy cravings.
I think I did that yesterday, man.
Yeah, you subconsciously start to move around less. So like, as opposed to like, I'm not feeling like going to work out today. I'm not feeling like working in the yard today. Like your body subconsciously holds on to calories, right? Because it doesn't want to starve, and it slows down your metabolic rate, right? So, how do we change the leptin feedback loop? How do we restore our metabolisms, right?
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Your body's hedonic system
Hedonic is the
Pleasure.
Correct.
begins to override your homeostatic system. So your body craves nutrients, craves vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, carbs, proteins, fats. Your hedonic system, which we're about to break down a little bit, ends up to bully it.
Right. Overrides it.
It shuts your homeostatic system down. How does this happen? How does your body get addicted to food? What do you think?
Eat it over and over again, right?
What kinds of foods though?
The sugary, the bad stuff, right?
Like what? Like when you think of something that is just the word that they use is hyperpalatable.
Hyperpalatable.
Palatable, like your palate. Hyperpalatable.
Oh, yeah.
Like overly.
Like your mouth watering.
Like mouth watering.
Yeah.
What do you, Kushan, when you think of hyperpalatable foods, what do you think of?
Maybe a juicy steak.
A juicy steak.
Or a juicy burger. Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Oh man, I'm starting to dive.
All right, here we go.
Going down the rabbit hole.
So, do you guys think that besides the steak, occasionally steaks can be good? Do you guys think that burgers, every time you get a wanting for a burger, do you think that if you eat burgers, something that is very rewarding, it's literally hyperpalatable? That is your hedonic system. When you eat that, you get a reward from it. You get like a literal dopamine release, a literal pleasure release in your brain every time. Do you think after you eat burgers for a week, popcorn for a week, how do you think that you're gonna feel about eating nutrients, real vegetables, carbs and proteins, whole foods? How do you think you're gonna feel about eating that after a week of eating burgers?
Well, I think it's the reverse for me because I've done like a week of bad eating, and then I crave. I crave those other things.
Correct,
actually.
and then because your body is literally like
I need.
Yeah, your body is literally starving for nutrients, right?
Yes.
So that's how our body's hedonic system, your reward system, your pleasure system, just like anything else, like any other addiction, like cigarettes, alcohol, sex, whatever it is. Your body's literally become addicted, and it could be food.
Right.
Like when you think
probably
of
the biggest one, actually.
That's probably a really big one. Like, but emotional eating, like it turns into your body literally rejects anything that is not rewarding and palatable. So again, hedonic system beats the homeostatic system, and you begin to just reward your body. Everything you eat has to be palatable for you to enjoy it, and that's where people's leptin feedback loop becomes destroyed.
For sure.
That's where it becomes destroyed, right? So now that you understand a little bit about hyperpalatability, reward value, like that dopamine switch, you can understand that you take something that is very delicious, and you take like actually physically delicious and mentally rewarding, and that equals how do you stop? Like you become addicted. And then like, what happens after that? Don't cheat, Coach T.
I don't want to cheat. I'm trying to understand the question.
So the hedonic eating is very rewarding.
It's very pleasant.
And it's very delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Correct.
So how do you?
You ask me how do I stop?
How do you beat that?
How do I beat it? Man, it's just hard to say.
Do you? Okay, think about any other addiction. Think about everybody else you know who has stopped something like cold turkey. Boom. How does it usually work for them?
Not good.
Not good, right? So, how do you beat?
They relapse.
That happens all the time, right?
Yes.
So you have a disruption in your leptin feedback loop from all the crap that you've been eating, right? How do you beat it? First, you understand how you got beat. So you got to go back and look. JP says, make food that's good for you. Miss K Sue talking good today. Thank you so much, Miss K. I appreciate that. So you got to go like any other, a sport. You got to go back and watch the film, right? So you understand that this food has beaten you mentally and physically, and you understand why it's beating you mentally and physically. So you begin to make small changes over time.
Correct.
Instead of just cutting everything out at one
Cold
time.
turkey, like you said with The Biggest Loser.
Like
Instead of doing that.
Instead of crash dieting,
Right.
the first thing that Precision Nutrition recommends is you add, instead of taking away all the bad stuff, you add nutrients in first.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
add whole, fresh, minimally processed.
Yep.
Okay, so Coach T, you know a lot of this is. I hear a lot of the nutrition advice you give to your clients. It's not super technical. Most of it is whole food based. What are some whole foods, some minimally processed foods?
Vegetable wise, I mean, we love all vegetables, right? So I say cucumbers, whole foods. Let's see.
But what is a processed food?
So what is a processed food? That would be your candies, your a lot of fast food stuff right now. That's all processed, right?
Of course.
So I like to recommend a lot of good proteins. I'm big on that. Like the bison is a big one for me. Love bison. Let's see. Obviously chicken and stuff.
What
like
about
that.
what about somebody who is shopping? What about if somebody's like trying to make a good change, right?
Right.
And they go shopping.
Yes.
How would they? Because they think, oh, if I'm buying it in the store, it's not processed. Is that true?
Absolutely not.
Not true. Just because you're buying it doesn't mean in a store doesn't mean it's not processed. So how would you determine between a highly processed food in a grocery store or not?
People say the organic route, go the organic route. But then again, I've heard things that just because it says organic, that's still
Yeah,
not good either.
they have organic fruit snacks.
Right. If you slap organic on anything, people buy it thinking it's not processed.
Correct. So that's actually one of the tips in here. It said don't pay attention to it. Like marketers do that, right? Like you have people who have master's degrees and doctorates in marketing making these food labels to make you think it's healthy and when it's not, right? So, okay, 2 good tidbits 2 of our listeners put in. JP Lawson said stick to the perimeter of the store. That is a fantastic idea. You stick to the perimeter. Why? What's on the perimeter? Proteins, fresh meats,
Right.
the deli meats,
Mm-hmm.
vegetables, fruits. You do have some dairy on the edge of the protein.
You have some dairy.
You have some dairy, which like milk and stuff, you got to be careful of. But for the majority of the perimeter of the store, yes, you're pretty good. That's where you're
way better.
way better than the
right?
like way better than the hamburger helper, like in the chips in the middle, right? So that's a good one. And Miss Angela said, stay away from
boxed items.
yeah,
So I mean, I guess that's general, but I mean, I guess
like cereal.
right. Yeah.
That's a no go. Hamburger helper, no go, not good.
Right.
Anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah. That makes
Anything
sense.
like that, right? So stay away or eat
More whole foods.
Add more whole foods, fruits, vegetables,
Fresh, less processed food.
less processed, more eggs, more proteins. Add slower digesting starches. So one of the big things that people struggle with is like when you think of hyperpalatable foods, one thing that people love is carbohydrates, either in the form of like potatoes, French fries,
Pasta.
hamburgers, pasta, all that stuff. One thing that people mess up on is they cut carbs completely
Yep.
out of their diet, and then what happens? Crash. And what happens when you take something away that you've been having, cold turkey? You begin to crave it. You begin to crave it, right? So
Way more than you wanted before, right?
right, because your body's like
Starving.
literally craving it. So instead of cutting the carbs out completely, we add slower digesting, high fiber starches in, such as whole grains, like potatoes. White potatoes are okay in moderation. Sweet potatoes, yams, and another one of my favorites, beans and legumes. I love black beans.
Black beans are awesome.
Black beans are really good. I love white beans. My mama used to make rice and gravy, and I eat it with the white beans instead of the rice. It's delicious. You can eat white beans on the side of a roast, and that's delicious, right? Things like this that we add.
I'm sorry, I had a funny thing about beans.
What?
You ever heard that little
Beans.
jingle?
Go ahead, sing it for us, Christy.
Beans in a pot. The more you eat, the more you
find.
The more you find, the better you feel. So eat those beans in every meal. Yeah, I was talking. All right, go.
I never heard that. I thought it was
Really?
beans.
Oh, the more you chew, something
No,
like that.
beans. The more you eat, the more you. I never heard one like that.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
That's a good one, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's how my brain works, guys.
That's incredible. I really appreciate that. And the flex after.
Thanks, man.
Was really good. All right, so that's the first step. Step number 2. Eat more slowly and more mindfully.
This one's a big one, dude.
This is big.
I always can tell you, I eat so fast, probably at a record pace, to where I get like choked up or like the hiccups every time I eat.
That's you're literally starving for oxygen. Your body's like,
I'm having a deep breath right now, dude.
Your body's like,
dude, she'll cook. We sit down to eat. I'm done in literally 1 to 2 minutes. I'm not joking.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I don't think though. I'm just doing it. Like,
right, but so you know that you do that. Why do you think that? Before we obviously say what it says on here, why do you think that eating slower would help with trying to rewire your brain?
I feel like it would make you think you feel more full. Does that make sense? Like,
yes. Why?
Instead of just scarfing it down.
Where's like
your body can actually digest the food more?
Correct. So what are the 2 things that tell us when we're hungry and when we're not hungry anymore? Remember we talked about earlier.
You have to refresh me.
Okay, so 2 things that tell you when you're hungry, or 2 things that tell you when to stop eating.
When to stop. Your gastric,
and your hormonal.
Right.
Gastric distension is how much your stomach
full. You hit the vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve.
Right.
Actually, not sure if it's vagus or Vegas. So
I like saying Vegas. I can remember it.
Vegas
That's
nerve.
all it's about. I know how it's spelled. So
VAGUS.
So,
correct.
Yeah.
So 2 things that tell your body when you're full: gastric distension. So if you eat slowly, then your stomach can tell your brain you're full.
Right.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
Chill out. Take a chill
Slow it
pill.
down.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
All right. So the other thing is your hormonal satiation, right? So your hormones, depending on what kind of food you're eating, tell your body you're full when it gets those nutrients. But if you're eating so fast that those hormones can't release yet, then you're still eating.
Right.
So like eating slowly helps that on a biological sense. What about on the mentally? How do you think that eating slowly would help you rewire your brain?
No idea. Please tell me.
So, people eat for hedonic reasons, right? For the reward.
Yeah, pleasure, correct.
So if you're eating slowly and enjoying your food, like instead of just getting through it. Give up. This is good.
Yeah, this is good.
Satiate on this information, guys. Okay. Satiate on the information. Technical difficulties, Miss Jen.
I hope we have technical difficulties.
Is that our technical difficulties or y'all's?
Shoot. Hope not.
Hey, Mr. Joella, what's up?
Some good stuff.
I hope this is not our technical difficulty. That'd be terrible. Anywho, so you're trying to tell your body, this is good. I'm enjoying this. So eating slow, because like when you get a good meal at a restaurant, you don't just like tear it up. Like I enjoy it. Like
I eat slow at restaurants.
correct, because you're like, man, this is good. I'm trying to enjoy this. Right? This is good. I'm trying to enjoy this.
Right.
Whereas then like you eat bad food, or not bad, but not as palatable foods that are normally more healthy.
Right.
And you just scarf them down. You're just like, I'm just trying to get through this meal. Well, it's not about that.
Right.
It's about rewiring your brain to enjoy the foods that are good for you.
I think it's a time of day too, because I'll get home starving from work, 8:30, 9 o'clock, say. Food's ready, I just scarf it down because I'm so hungry.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Dude, I've eaten a pound of bison in one day.
A pound?
Like she'll cook the pound of bison into meatballs or whatever, and I'll just eat everything.
That's nuts, bro. You gotta chill. You're a monster.
I think we just hit a breakthrough, guys.
Yeah.
I need to chill out.
You need to chill out. That's what I'm saying. This information is like gold. Like I read this and I was like mind blown. I was like, what the heck? This makes so much sense.
Yep.
Like, how did it take us this long? And why is this information like not everywhere?
Right. Yeah.
Why is this not?
Everyone should know this.
Why is this not being like shared over and over and over again? Like on.
I mean, we're in the game and we're still.
And yeah, like I've been doing, like I've been studying this and like this is the first time I've seen it broken down like this, and I'm like, holy smokes, that makes sense. Okay, so step 1, add whole foods.
Easy.
Step 2, eat slower. Step 3,
Eat fewer processed, Hyper-palatable foods.
Hyper-palatable. This is where it gets...
Less burgers.
This is where it gets not
This
as
is the
fun.
tough stuff,
This
right?
is the nitty-gritty, not as
Cut
fun.
out the popcorn, all the cheesecake.
All the cheesecake. What else you say? Burgers, fries.
I don't eat a lot of bad snacks.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a snacky guy. I think that helps me in the long run.
That does definitely help you in the long
Because
run.
the way I eat, at the other step 2, eating slower, I don't do that. So
Right.
I'm not a snacky guy. Maybe you can help us with some snacks. I know you're a snacky guy.
Snack
right?
guy. Okay, I'm a snack guy. So,
Queso.
step 3. Oh,
Chips,
bro. Oh my
chips
god.
and salsa,
Dude.
queso.
Dude, look. My fiance and I, queso, JP, look. My fiance and I, my beautiful fiance, and I have a great relationship. And I think that one of the reasons why is because we settle our differences at Mexican restaurants.
Dude, that could save a relationship.
Bro.
You might have just saved somebody.
Listen, when
What's
we're
the next
struck,
one?
when we're hashing it out, I'm like, stop. We get in the car, we go wherever. She'll get a margarita, I'll get a margarita. We'll eat some chips and salsa, talk it out, and it's all good.
Dude,
It's all good.
that's a great idea.
So not only is this nutrition advice, it's relationship advice.
Dude, you get it all over here.
This is a legit
I mean,
podcast.
come on.
I mean,
Come
I'm
on.
not even afraid to say it.
Yep.
So, where was I going? Oh yeah.
Oh, snacks.
Snacks.
You're just
Snacks.
talking about-
So
you got carried away with queso.
got a case on my brain. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so step 3, fewer processed, hyper-palatable foods. Right? How do you do that? You'll probably notice. It says you'll probably notice. You crave highly processed foods less, and you're more in charge when you do the first 2 steps. More whole foods, minimally processed, eat slower. That's going to help you with number 3 because your body's going to be more full, your leptin feedback loop's going to be more in tune, and you're better off as far as making decisions because your body's not as ruled, and you understand that when you want something bad, it's just your body craving something that is not good. You understand it.
It didn't cut off the feed. I don't
It
believe.
didn't?
Hold up. Yes, it did. It cut off the feed. Oh, we're back.
Here we go.
We're back.
Big mistake.
Wow.
Totally forgot to put on
Episode
airplane mode.
4? Or I mean, this is amateur hour?
I totally forgot to put my phone
Holy.
on airplane mode. That was my buddy Chad.
But
I'm
hey-
really sorry, Chad. I will call you back.
We're live, and that's what you get. The
Yeah.
raw and uncut stuff.
It happens.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm here now. Okay, so how do we blah 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 all the way step 3, right? You're more in control because you understand step 1 and 2. However,
Make sure you don't just skip.
you can't
step
do
3,
that's
though. That's the thing.
that's the thing that people mess up.
Right.
They just go straight to cutting everything out. You gotta learn to add good stuff in so your body's more satisfied. And then you learn to eat slower so you're more satisfied mentally. And then you take the bad stuff out.
It'd be easier for you to get rid of those bad things
Right.
once you complete steps 1 and 2.
Correct. So Coach T and I have been in the game for some time now. I been wrestling and playing football in high school, competed all through college, still competing. So we've got a few pro tips for your cravings. Coach T, run us through a few of the cravings, like the kinds of cravings that people get.
Sugar cravings?
Sugar cravings.
I think that's the biggest one I would say.
That's probably the biggest one, right? And so when you think of sugary things, what else do you think of? Something that's like a brownie, like a yummy,
Yeah.
gooey brownie.
That's probably my number 1. My mom's brownies are the best.
Mama's brownies, dude. Well,
Yeah.
when you go to mom's house and she cooks for you, like there's only so much that you can do there,
Right?
I definitely wouldn't say like not eat mom's brownies, like
I'll
that's
definitely dabble in a few.
like that's not really cool, But how do you beat those cravings, right? Coach, you want to go check the
Yeah, I'll check it.
go check and see what's up. Okay, mine's working.
Yeah, you're
Everybody
still
good, guys? Everybody can see?
Yeah, you're good.
All good? All right. All good.
I'll refresh it.
Okay, cool, guys. Let's keep rolling. So,
How do I cure sugar cravings?
how do you cure sugar cravings? So, there's a couple pro tips that we have from being in the game for a while. Now, these are safety nets. So, these are not, you can have them every day. these are not the answer to all of your problems. This is the safety net. Like, you're already about to have something. Like, you're already messed up. So, here, how do you not, like, jump off the building completely? Okay? Couple things. I went to.
You got props.
I got props. I went to Sports Shack, Southern Depot. You can also get it at Fit Blends. This is called G Butter.
I saw that.
No, dude, this is
too good to be true.
It is too good to be true. Why? Because this is a highly processed food. It is indeed a highly processed food.
When you see Oreos on the label, it's usually not a good thing.
Correct. However, let's read the macros on it. 12 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat. It's got twice as much protein as fat. Okay? 6 grams of carbs. 2 of those are fiber, 1 of those are sugar. So you got 2 sugars, 1 fiber, 3 complex carbs. Macros on this are pretty good. Okay? It's also got, let's see the ingredients. Cashews, unfiltered whey protein, CLA, which is a natural fat burner.
That's really good.
Cocoa, white chocolate chips, whole wheat flour, stevia leaf extract. So, this is not, like I said, it's highly processed. However, instead of baking a batch of brownies and losing your freaking mind and having a relapse, you unscrew this, put it face down, you fill the cap up, you put it in the microwave, you fill the cap up with this. This is crazy.
Dude,
this is crazy.
You got my attention.
You fill the cap up, you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and you got a freaking brownie. It's insane. It's like, dude, it's nuts.
And you've done this?
I've done it. I do it look, there's in between the gym and the house, there's a Dollar General, there's a couple gas stations. It's like sometimes I'm about to grab a pack of Oreos on the way home. G Butter, dude. A cap full, 1 spoonful, 12 grams of protein, only 6 carbs, 5 grams of fat.
You know I do a scoop of every now and then when I get a sugar craving?
What protein?
Nutella.
Oh my gosh, no! that's the devil,
I'm speaking like everybody else.
That's the devil, dude. Okay,
Nutella
so this is your fix
dude.
for late night
That's
sugary. Like I said, not something you should have every day. I saw your comment, Miss Jen. I'm very sorry. We should fix your 3 p.m. snack. It's not something you should have every day.
3 p.m. snack.
Yeah, it's called G Butter. We can't take a picture and post it later. G Butter, super legit. This is your sugar craving.
G Butter Oreo.
Okay, what are the other, like, you have sweet and, like, gooey, and then what's the other kind of cravings you have? People have
Salt.
and salt. What goes with salty?
You tell me, bro.
Crunchy.
Crunchy.
People
Crunchy.
like
a crunchy craving.
like salty and like chips.
Mm-hmm.
People crave chips.
Yeah.
People crave popcorn.
Yep.
Miss Angela, all those things. What is your fix? Again, disclaimer. Not something you should have every day. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
Not something you should have every day. However, this is a keto trick that I learned from my mother-in-law, my future mother-in-law, and the trick is pork rinds. Okay.
Whoa.
Let's go over it. Pork rinds. Sweet heat barbecue fried pork skins. Okay? We're gonna read the nutrition facts. We'll be legit with this.
Yeah.
5 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein,
What kind of fat though?
2 grams of saturated fat, 0 grams of trans fat.
Monosaturated? Is there
0.
0.
5 grams of fat, 2 of them are saturated, 0 trans, 0 mono unsaturated. 1 gram of carbs, 8 grams of protein.
Really?
Really? That's what I'm saying. Let's read the ingredients. Fried pork skins, yeast with natural smoke flavor, brown sugar, spices, onion powder, garlic, extractive of paprika, sesame oil. Interesting. A pretty small ingredient list for a packaged food.
Right.
So, like, you're at the gas station and you're hungry, you want to stop in and grab. Yes, it is absolutely better than popcorn. Miss Angela asked if this is better than popcorn. For sure. Why?
But don't eat it daily. Again, this is
Again, don't eat daily.
Yeah.
Why? A couple things about popcorn. One, it has 0 protein in it, a lot of carbs in it, and they're not complex carbs.
And
So
usually
corn,
you're gonna add a ton of butter.
and
or something
yeah,
like
and that's the thing about
additives
popcorn.
to it.
You add sugar, you add butter, all that crap, right? And corn is actually a sugar, so that's why it just too fast absorbing. Unless you're gonna burn it off right after, it's not something, especially not something you should have before bed. This is like a good crunchy, salty snack to cure. Hey, I want a bag of freaking chips. I'm about to eat the whole thing. Number 2. Number
Interesting.
3, one of Coach Tyler and I's personal favorites.
Alex is by far favorite.
Yes, and in the South, a lot of people eat these, and this is kind of just like munchies. Like you just got the munchies.
Right. We want to get that mouth moving. Just
Not
snack,
from any
snack.
particular drugs. We don't do drugs.
No.
Not drugs. Just like munchies in general. But I suppose it could be used for that too.
Hey now.
The munchies. What do I do? What does Coach Tyler do? What does Alex do?
Seeds.
Sunflower seeds, baby. Sunflower
Yes, sir.
seeds. So, again, disclaimer. This is not something you should have every day. But,
Another disclaimer. So what if we get the bag that's about this size and we eat the whole thing?
that's a no-go. That's, how you say that? That's going to be a no for me, dog. That's going to be a no for me.
I don't
No.
want to call you out, bro, but I just called you out. She'll crush seeds, bro.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Look, if I'm on a drive, like, that's my thing. Like, if I'm on a drive and I want gas station, like, freaking gummy worms or something.
I don't get that crazy.
Dude.
Thank God I don't
love
get that
gummy
crazy.
worms. Oh my God. Love gummy worms so much. Like, it's my favorite. Okay. Anyway, sunflower seeds. Let's go over it. Total fat, 12 grams in a whole thing.
Right, right.
Okay, so if you eat the whole freaking thing, you're cruising through some sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
12 grams of fat. But there are fats directly from seeds, which are good fats.
Good, like the nuts and stuff.
Nuts,
Like same
nuts
family.
and seeds.
Same
Same family of fats. Good
Yes.
fats, right? It's got 3 grams of carbs,
Right.
5 grams of protein.
Okay. And
Okay.
you have the ranch kind
So,
too, so I'm sure that adds.
This adds a lot of sodium and stuff. Now, the thing that makes this so good is that the ingredients, the main ingredient, sunflower seeds. Literally, like this is a freaking
It's
seed.
actually a seed, yeah.
But it's crunchy, it's got good flavor, and it satisfies that nervous habit that some people get when they want to eat some shit. Like people just like bored eat. Like I'm bored, I want
Right.
to eat. Sunflower seeds, they take a long time to eat, so this should take you a while to go through this pack. Half a pack, and you're munching.
You just got me thinking. Maybe I don't snack as much, but you know what I do a lot of that might do what you're just saying. I chew gum a lot.
That's a nervous habit
Right.
that when you're bored, you want something to do.
Just I'm chewing, right?
You're chewing, you're just doing
Constant
something. And gum. We should have said
Right.
that. That was not very smart. Gum is palatable. It's
Mhm.
chewy. It's got flavor.
Right. Not
That's-
the sugar bubblicious
No.
stuff. Sugar free, that good stuff.
Regular gum, like that's a great idea. I'm not a gum chewer.
Every time I train somebody, I have to have like 3 gums in my mouth.
There you go. Why is that? Because people have like all my partners or some of my partners dip.
Yeah.
That's a nervous little habit
Right.
that people have. Packing the dip ball.
Yeah, they're packing it.
My buddy said, "What do I do if I'm in Scott and I want boudin?"
I
There is
saw that.
no cure for the boudin craving.
No.
There's, when they wrote this article, they don't know what we struggle here in South
Yeah.
Louisiana. My advice, JP, would be to get a half a scoop of cracklings and stick with that. At least it's animal protein in the fat.
So when you do your cracklings, how many do you eat?
I eat half a scoop. Oh wait, these?
Yeah.
Dude, bro, I eat a whole bag of these.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like for people out there, like
I would say half and half
you
because
can do half. Okay.
because there's 4 servings and it, like what I said
Okay.
earlier, it's 4 servings. So you figure half the bag, 10 grams of fat, 16 grams of protein.
Okay.
Only 2 grams of carbs.
Right.
Now the thing about all this stuff, all this processed stuff, I love this nutrition episode. This is like my favorite freaking. You don't like crackling, so I don't know what to tell you, JP.
She's from Cali. Oh no,
That's
that
JP.
was Angela.
No, you
Sorry.
don't like
Also
cracklings. That's not Cajun. Dude's last name is Lawsong. They don't like cracklings.
Ha!
Strange.
Go figure.
Cauliflower rice boudin.
Hey now.
What's the word on cauliflower rice boudin, Coach T?
Shoot. You know more than me. I don't mess with boudin either, dude.
You don't mess with boudin?
Like I
Look,
eat it.
this
I'm
is
so
why
conscious of the
No.
health thing, dude.
Bro, I love boudin though. It's delicious.
Yeah. But it just doesn't. It's like okay, boudin, it's cool. Yeah.
I'm more of a crackling guy myself. But here's the thing about cauliflower boudin, Miss Jen. It is cauliflower, but it's fried. That's the
That makes it the boudin.
That makes it boudin.
That
That's
makes
where you
the
should.
boudin make the boudin.
That's where you should
fried.
probably chill with the boudin because it's fried.
I'm
But
about to get it tomorrow. There is nothing with California. I actually love California.
so what you want to be careful with as far as all these like little snacks that we showed y'all is they're all packaged, right? But they are palatable and they help with cravings. The thing that they all have in them is a lot of sodium, right? The thing about sodium, it actually helps with your water, with your sodium potassium pump and all your water regulation. You gotta have it, but you have to drink a lot of water when you're eating those things. Extra water, because the sodium will bloat you up. It will hold water into you. So you have to pump that sodium out.
It almost might be a good thing because if you're eating that, you're conscious. I gotta drink water.
That's true too.
So it might make you drink more water than you need. You know what I'm saying?
He's a genius. Like you guys should hire this guy
Yeah, man.
to personal training because he's a
simple,
freaking
bro.
genius. He's a genius. So yeah, so those are the kind of like fail safes, you know, that like those are the fail safes that I do. Crackling sunflower seeds. Pork rinds, sunflower seeds, G butter, Powerade Zero. Like when I'm struggling, if I want a Coke, I'll stop and get a Powerade Zero. You know, so again, and I fixed that problem. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that problem I had?
Yep.
I've been drinking a lot of water. I'm fighting with this little sickness, so I am drinking some Powerade Zero right now.
Unsweet iced tea. What you think?
Unsweet iced tea. I would say it's a go. Why? Because you know what they make tea out of?
They make tea out of
Water.
Mhm.
They make tea out of water.
Okay.
And so it's the main ingredient.
I thought you had.
They make tea, in case you didn't know, they make tea out of water. And they don't add a lot of sugar. I actually was at a racetrack the other day, grabbing my sweetheart an unsweetened iced tea. She loves unsweetened iced tea. Turns out, fun fact about Catherine,
Okay.
she doesn't like unsweetened iced tea. She likes unsweetened peach iced tea. My bad.
Okay.
So we were at the racetrack and I grabbed like the freaking 44 ounce.
That's like a 82.
It's big, dude. It's huge. And she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "This is sweet, unsweetened tea." She was like, "I like the peach one." I was like, "Frick, dang it!" So
you gotta learn those things.
that I learned.
Yeah,
But yeah, the unsweetened iced tea is a good substitute for regular tea. So yeah, that's our pro tips,
That's
guys.
the nutrition
That
tip
is
of the week.
the nutrition tip.
Hope you guys learned a lot. I sure did, because I'm not the best nutrition guy out there. I'll be the first one to admit that. Biggest drink I've ever seen.
It was huge. No, it was huge.
I think I'm more of a pro on the weight side of things. So when it comes to nutrition, I like to talk to Coach D.
Yeah, it's my thing.
He loves it, man. He loves reading about it, researching it. So
Love it. It's so fun.
yes.
She said I was sweet about it though. I drank it. She didn't want to. She just drank it just to, you know. She just drank it just to. All right, let's
go together. That's cool.
you want to recap?
Recap nutrition. Boom, go. What did we learn today?
What did we learn today? 2 different systems that drive eating. First system, hedonic, aka pleasure, emotional eating. Homeostatic, your body craves nutrients.
It needs it.
Micronutrients and macronutrients.
Right.
Okay? What happens over time is we exercise the hedonic eating more. We become addicted to hyperpalatable foods
Pleasurable foods.
Pleasurable
Try
foods.
to keep it, dumb it down.
that bully your homeostatic system, that your body craves the reward and the deliciousness of food more than it craves the benefits it gets from the macro and micronutrients. That's the big part. How do we beat it?
3 steps.
3 steps. What
Step
are they,
one.
Coach T?
Step 1. Man, I know I was gonna get tested today. Step 1. Add more whole foods to your diet.
Add more whole foods to your diet, aka less processed foods. Great. What's step number 2?
Eat slower.
Yeah,
That's a big one. I think that's the biggest one for me.
It's a big one. Why? Because 1, it gives your body's gastric distension time to tell your brain it's full. 2, gives your body time to release the hormones that say, I'm full, I'm satisfied.
Just that vagus nerve.
Vagus nerve.
Yeah.
Hope it's Vegas, bro. We could look stupid if it's
Vagus.
not
Probably
Vegas. It probably is Vegas.
Vegas would be an E, obviously.
Right,
Not
but
Vegas.
there's the valgus, you know, like knee valgus.
Nope, sure don't.
Yeah, dude, when your knees turn in, when you lift the squat, knee valgus, because of weak hips.
That's a big term, dude.
I
Anyway.
do like the big. Anyway.
Step 3.
Step 3.
Cut processed foods out. Is that
Yes.
basically, yeah.
And
After
hyper palatable foods.
palatable food.
Yeah.
Cut those the pleasurable foods.
Cut
How
the
about
pleasurable. Yeah. Cut the
that?
pleasurable
The
foods.
palate satisfying foods.
Palate satisfying. Hyper palatable.
Okay.
Hyper palatable. And if you mess up, you want something really salty and crunchy, cracklings. Super sweet and
I
savory.
did see you eating that before you won Submission Quest 2. Or was that after or before?
Oh, I did it before.
Before.
I had some
Oh.
some boiled crawfish gratons from South End Country More before I competed. And what happened, Coach T?
He won it.
I won the
Won
competition.
Submission Quest 2.
I
and
did.
won the
You know
finish
why?
line. Of the
Because
crackling?
I'm pretty sure. No, cracklins, like a peanut butter popper, kind of similar, kind of different.
Shout out Charlie and the
Charlie and the
Peanut Butter Factory.
Dude, cracklins are so nutrient, like not okay. When I say nutrient dense, I mean per square inch. Like a little cracklin has so much protein and fat in it, as opposed to like a handful of cracklins, 3 times or 4 times as much nutrients in the like actual weights, not good nutrients, as a handful of lettuce or spinach.
Right.
It's super nutrient dense.
I
Fats, you know how like fats have a gram of fat has 9 calories. A gram of fat has 4 calories. A gram of protein has 4 calories. So fats are super nutrient dense. That's why a peanut butter popper that's this big has 170 calories in it, good calories,
Peanut butter. high
because
fat.
it's so nutrient dense.
Right.
And as opposed to like some carbohydrates or proteins, it takes a lot bigger space to fill that up. That's why I ate the cracklins before my match, because I wanted like a boost, but I didn't want
Right.
something that was gonna make me feel heavy.
Bloated.
Yeah.
Weird feeling.
Oh, good question.
Fruit over the G butter?
Ooh, great question. Break it down, Coach T. This is all you, brother man. Break
All
it down.
me?
All you.
I mean, I probably will. I don't know.
It depends on what.
Strawberries or something.
Well, it
like
depends
that.
on the time of
Whipped
day.
cream. Oh, sorry. What?
Depends on the time of day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to do that early, right?
Right.
So you can burn that off throughout the day. But if it's like a late snack, craving that sweet tooth, no fruits.
No fruits.
Absolutely no fruits.
Why? Because a fruit is correct.
Ah, sugar.
Mostly sugar. Right. So all of fitness and all of diet, all of your body is a if then that body. Right? So
If, then, and that.
if this, then if this, then that. If this, then that. So there's nothing that's cut and dry. There's nothing that's gonna work for everybody.
Right.
It's if
Different
this.
paths.
Yeah, like a flow chart.
Yep.
A flow chart. Fitness and nutrition is a flow chart. If then this, blah 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 blah.
Right.
So, fruit G butter. If it's early in the day and you're about to work out, 100% fruit.
Get that spike.
Get that spike. Good nutrients. If it's later in the day, you're about to go to bed, you pick the protein.
Right.
Even though it is more processed, macro at the end of the day, weight loss is determined by calories in versus calories out.
What do you think about the watermelon?
What time of day, Miss Angela?
I think she does it at night.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Okay.
It's gonna be a no for me. I think that's like I've seen that meme. I think he does it like this. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. You know, like off
I
American Idol.
actually Oh, like Simon Cowell?
Yeah.
I've never seen that meme.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You haven't seen it?
No.
The GIF?
I mean, I know Simon Cowell. She does it for breakfast. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everybody should have a fruit in their breakfast.
Yeah, I didn't think you ate it that night. That's why I was like, wait, what am I?
Yo, lit. What's the hurricane flow chart, JP? I'm not familiar with the hurricane flow chart.
Because they go all kind of different directions. That's kind of like the nutrition path for people, right?
Hurricane?
Yeah. A hurricane flow chart say the hurricane right here, and they have several charts that say it's going to go here, it's going to hit this, it's going to hit this. Nobody knows anything.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So there's your, that is your nutrition tip on a Thursday. That for me, like,
That was a cool episode, man.
that was really cool. Like, that's groundbreaking. That's for real. Like, when people understand how our bodies get out of whack and how we fix them, like, change people's lives.
Hopefully you learned a lot.
Change people's lives.
I learned a lot. Hey, what do you have going on tonight, man? Talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Fundraiser.
Yeah, so you guys know that I teach my unique fitness class, special needs fitness class, twice a week. The story behind that, it's a pretty cute story, actually. I'm going to tell the story tonight. But what happened was like 4 years ago, the Dreams Foundation asked me to teach the class. And in the class, I saw the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen in my life.
Here we go.
And I was like trying to stay focused on the class, I was like, oh my God, I gotta teach. I kept getting distracted over and over, and that's how I met my fiance.
Hey!
So, anyway.
I bet some people are like, I hope this is Catherine. What is it?
No, this is her. Some other girl, no. No, yeah, so Catherine takes care of Mason, Godchild, we call him May. And she brought him to the first special needs fitness class I ever did 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. And so I've been teaching the class for 4 years since then. And like when I started teaching, I never realized that I would find my future wife and my career in it, But tonight we're having a fundraiser for the Unity Village, which is a village we hope to build. The Dreams Foundation hopes to build to house individuals with special needs in an independent way. So not like completely independent, but like supervised independence.
A good example you told me, nursing home.
Nursing
like, not
home-ish,
quite,
but not as...
It's
Yeah.
the idea.
Yeah.
When you said that, I get it now.
Right,
You know what I mean?
like,
Yeah,
like,
cool.
so we're doing a fundraiser tonight, and Miss Danielle, I'm super honored that she asked me to go up and say a few words about Dreams, like how it's impacted me as an individual, and how it's, obviously changed my whole life, So myself and Miss Annie, another Head Kicks member, she's a real estate agent who actually gives part of her commission to the Dreams Fund, like a percentage. It's pretty crazy. Like a percentage of everything she makes, everything she sells, goes to the Dreams Foundation. So myself and Miss Annie will be talking tonight. That's a night under the stars tonight at 6.
Even with your broke voice and all.
Even with my broken voice, I'm gonna get up there.
So I'll be teaching a 5:30 kickboxing class.
5:30 kickboxing. Keep it.
Come if you dare.
Spicy.
Survive if I let you.
Oh gosh, dang, Cushy. Dude.
Off the dome.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but good luck, guys. Good luck if you
survive if I let you.
Dude, I want to talk about Sunday for me. I am so excited
Wait,
about
was
this.
a surprise?
No, it's not a surprise.
Oh, thank
it
goodness.
was a surprise, but then when she surprised me, it turned into we can't surprise each other.
Okay, we'll go.
So Sunday.
That's so cute. I remember this.
Dude, yeah,
so cute.
it's awesome. So next Tuesday is me and Alex, my fiance's 9-year anniversary. Okay, we've been together 9 years.
That's insane.
Boom.
That's so long.
High school
guys get
sweethearts,
married,
the whole
bro?
9. Great question. That's probably a whole nother podcast.
Okay, what's it over next?
All right, so Sunday, I was gonna surprise her. So one of my clients, former clients, Dr. Craig Landry, he flies planes. He's a pilot, right? So,
But he's also a dentist.
he's a dentist, yeah.
But he flies
full-time dentist, pilot on the
He's
side.
one of those guys.
He's just
Full-time dentist. He's great looking, by the way.
He reminds me of the most interesting man in the world.
No, really.
Commercial, Dos Equis commercial.
Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the little things they say.
No, but like he's like a dentist. He's great looking. Pilot. He's a
great guy.
Jacked. Great guy. He's got a daughter that's part of the STM options program who takes my unique fitness class, and she's the sweetest. And I'm like, who's this freaking guy? He's just one of those guys. He has his life together.
He's awesome.
He
Anyway,
is.
so he's gonna actually, me and him planned on surprising Alex with a plane ride to New Orleans, have brunch, just a cute little anniversary thing, you know. And then she surprises me a couple weeks ago. She couldn't hold it in. She gave me Saints tickets.
It's awesome.
The same day that I was gonna surprise her with a plane ride and have brunch, right?
Oh my gosh.
So now
I'm crying.
we're waking up
Crying.
early in the morning, flying privately. I like saying that.
That's
Private
good.
flight
Private
to New
flight.
Orleans, having brunch, and then enjoying the Saints game.
That's insane, bro.
It sounds awesome. I can't wait, but I can't
That's freaking
have
nuts.
too much fun because the next morning, 5 a.m. Miss Angela Felicia.
Oh yeah, don't get too crazy.
When I say too much fun, I mean with
the mimosas, don't get too crazy with those brunch mimosas.
They will
dog.
get bottomless. And
Dude,
they can get
Catherine-
crazy.
Catherine loves mimosas, bro.
I
She,
love mimosas.
all you know, she asked me to get her some orange juice and champagne on a Tuesday one time.
Oh really?
Yeah, she's like, it's been rubbed down. I was like, okay.
Mimosas, dude. You can get
Turn
pretty
up.
crazy with it. That's
Turn
something
up
that
on a
sneaks
Tuesday.
up on
It
you.
really does.
So we got some big days ahead of us.
Bro, yeah,
man.
for sure. And then tomorrow night, I am doing the first Arts of Manliness night at Our Lady of Wisdom. It's a new men's ministry that they just started at Wisdom. And the first night we're doing is Introduction to Martial Arts.
Cool.
Pretty excited.
Obviously, yeah.
Father Pelsier
course you
called
will.
me and asked me to go do that. So it's gonna be pretty. So it's like 20 or 30 guys from Wisdom, and we're just gonna be throwing each other out. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to figure out if I'm gonna go more like self-defense or if I'm gonna go more like mixed martial arts sport at, like, you know.
Everybody loves self-defense, though.
Yeah, I'm probably
That's
gonna go
like
with that,
most
you know.
people, yeah.
But it's also like, I don't know. I want to teach them how to choke each other out, you know.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do
Best of both worlds, man.
we're gonna do something. I think we'll do a little bit of, you know, sport, MMA, and we'll do a little bit because it's different. It is different. You know, we'll do a little bit of each. So that's tomorrow night at 5, and then right after that, one of my very best friends, Brother Damien, takes his final vows
Oh wow.
as a brother in the community of Jesus Crucified. It's a big
Wow.
deal. So yeah, dude,
Big things.
busy 2 days.
Yeah, we're always busy.
We're
of
always
course. Get to share with you guys.
always doing something.
Yeah,
So-
always something going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. But anyway,
So I think that's it.
That was a great time.
episode.
that was a great time.
So in 2 weeks we'll see you guys. Give you a recap of
Yes.
all these things we've been talking about. Maybe
Yeah.
have another nutrition tip.
Yeah,
Have something in
so
mind.
so we definitely want to ask you guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is like big time information for people. So please share this episode. Please share this information.
Download on iTunes.
Download on
Review
iTunes.
on iTunes.
Review on iTunes.
Share everywhere you possibly can.
Yes, and
Follow all our social media.
yes, one more thing.
hmm
Breaking news.
Oh man, I don't even know this.
You know, you just don't know what I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Coach Tyler and I are planning to go
Oh yeah, of course.
to Arlington, Texas, November 17th and 18th for the CSCS live preparation.
Certified strength conditioning specialist.
Certified strength and conditioning specialist. It is the most elite certification you can have besides like a doctorate.
Correct.
You have to have a bachelor's degree to get the certification, which we both do. Thankfully,
CPR certified.
you gotta be CPR certified, you gotta pass the test. But it's a pretty pricey exam preparation and a pretty pricey exam.
Prep. Like
Prep.
Just the prep is
The prep is
yeah.
expensive, and then you gotta take the test.
Yeah.
So we may be taking some podcast sponsors
That'd be awesome.
to help us pay for it because it's pretty expensive. Of course, we always pass the information that we get right back on to you guys. Obviously, with the podcast and training, we do all this to add value to you guys' lives. So we may be taking some podcast sponsors to pay for our trip to Arlington, Texas for our certification. So if you know anybody, any businesses, any people who might want to sponsor, you guys reach out to us, let us know.
As always, we really appreciate all the support for sure, and thank you guys for tuning in. Coach T and Damon V podcast episode 4.
We out.
Peace.
Thanks.